Microphone check. Check, check, check. This is the Super Coin Brothers podcast. Hosted by the Super Coin Brothers at Sahara Coins in Las Vegas. What's up, guys? We are back again with another podcast. This one's going to be a little different. Early on in our podcast, we introduced all of the gentlemen that were part of the Super Coin Brothers. And since then, and since our relaunch, we have some new guys to the podcast. The one we're going to talk to you, that's going to talk to you today, is Jonathan, and he's actually not the newest. He's been here the longest of all the guys that you'll be hearing on the podcast. He just hasn't been on the podcast yet. So, Jonathan, what's up, man?
How's it going, guys? Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so we've obviously been doing this for a while. Well, I had been doing this for a while,
right?
And you've got to listen to some of the podcasts and stuff over time,
for sure.
What do you think, man? I mean, what do you think about this?
No, there are really great things. I know that we had a lot of followers originally, and several podcasts over the years there, and then kind of dropped off and then came back. But haven't been back for a while. I mean, it's just really glad to be here, be part of this, and kind of provide some more podcasts and information for everybody.
Yeah, it's back in full effect. So what I used to do when the guys would jump on new with us is I asked them, I mean, what got you into coins? What brought you here?
So originally, I never did this professionally before this, but the interest had been kind of instilled in me by my grandfather, and he was one of those people who collected coins. He had albums and things like that, and he would talk to me and show me as a kid, and that was one of those things that I always thought was really cool, just to kind of be able to hold a piece of history in your hands. That was kind of my first experience with that, so I'd always been interested in coins.
Now let me ask you this. If you had... See, and this is kind of a loaded question because, I could have asked you this years ago, and your answer would have been completely different. But
Yep.
What coin right now would you say, if you could buy one coin, not necessarily this giant rare coin, but just in general, what would be the one coin that you would be like, yep, that's the one I want?
Man, that's a really tough question. You're absolutely right. It would have been completely different if you had asked me, years back when I first started here. But gosh, it's one coin. It's definitely a loaded question.
Chuck E. Cheese tokens don't count.
No, I don't think they would. Although a good choice, but not up my alley. I'd probably say that as far as one piece that you could own, as far as rarity and everything like that would go, might be a $4 Stella.
A Stella.
Yep.
Wow, way to not shoot for the super rare coin.
I know, right? Yeah. Go for the obvious ultra rarity. I know.
So for those of you that don't know, a Stella could pay off my house. They're crazy expensive. I mean, we're talking $400,000 or $500,000 plus.
Yep.
I mean, they're giant coins.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy. It's a good coin though. That's definitely a good coin
for sure. Design as well as rarity. I mean, it's all top level stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's throw some random stuff at you here.
Sure.
Now, Super Coin Brothers is the name of the podcast, obviously.
Right. Yep.
We kind of played with that just because, well, Super Mario Brothers, Super Coin Brother. We're not plumbers, and not all of us have mustaches, but I guess we could go that way. Now, when you first hear that, if you had no idea,
right,
and you heard somebody say, hey, check out Super Coin Brothers, what would your instant reaction be?
Well, I mean, as someone who's also interested in games, I would think that it might take it in that route, who's kind of maybe something that's even game-oriented, or, again, just being in this field, I would imagine maybe something along numismatics. But, again, that's somebody who's already in the field.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. When we first were trying to figure out a name for this, we were like, how about Coinversations? Which we own that website, by the way, for that reason, because I was like, maybe we're going to use that.
I didn't know that. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so when I first heard it, I was like, oh, man, everybody's going to think we're going to talk about video games.
That's true, yep.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's throw the other side of this at you. If you had to say which coin was your least favorite coin.
Least favorite? It's kind of a two-parter for me. As far as aesthetics go, I don't care for the peace dollar.
Thank you. At least I'm not alone in that battle.
No, I really don't care for the peace dollar. But as far as difficulty and grading and kind of looking at the coins and whatnot, I'd say Buffalo nickels are definitely that realm for me for least favorites.
Yeah, so Buffalo nickels are tough, man.
Yeah.
They wear. I know you and I've had conversations about them. They wear different.
They do.
The high points are kind of funky, and then when people clean them a ton. And back in the day, a lot of the big coin publications used to sell the acid to pull the dates up.
Right.
So when you're looking at those coins, you're going to see weird blobs around the date.
It's a very common thing that we see here in the store too. And then that combined with the cleaning just makes it a difficult coin to look at and accurately kind of grade those.
Yeah, that's the truth. Now, okay. And again, because you've been doing this for so long, it's different asking you these questions than it is some of the other guys that I've done this with. But let me ask you this. Since you have been doing it for a while, if you had to give one piece of advice to everybody collecting, whether they're new, they're old, they're whatever, what would the one piece of advice that you feel like is the most important when it comes to collecting coins?
I'll be honest with you on that one. Really, the one piece of advice, whether you're new, old, doesn't matter, is don't buy from the TV. I mean, that's really, and that's kind of a broad statement that includes sort of the catalogs and things like that too. What a lot of people don't realize is that when they sell those things on the TV or the catalogs and things like that, they're selling them in such a way where even if the market on those metals, whether it's silver, gold, whatever it is, tanks the following day, they're still making a strong profit. That's why it's more important now than ever to establish a good relationship with a coin dealer that you can trust, so that you can go to them and ask them questions and really know that you're getting the proper information.
It's actually funny that you mention not buying from TV, because one, we have a podcast about not buying from TV, and I'll be honest with you, dude, like, I've gone out with my wife. We've gone out. We'll be eating in restaurants. They have stuff on. No, I don't want to say restaurants because you're not exactly in a steakhouse watching TV.
Right.
But like we were at a sandwich shop.
Okay.
And in each booth they have a TV. I look up and it's a coin sales show that's on. I become like angry, and she's like, just stop watching it. And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
They're selling $8 coins at $32 a piece, and then they're going on this big spiel about, let's make this a big juicy deal for you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to throw in a free pound of copper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about copper for a minute. It's worth like $2 a pound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So these guys pick up this outrageous premium on things that I know. I'm like, if someone came into our store, I could sell it to them for $8, $10. And I'm looking at their sales, and it's like 978 sold. Buy now. Now, here's what gets me on that. If you ever watch those, they're like, this is ultra rare in this grade. There's not many of them. But then in the bottom right corner, it says they just sold 2,000 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, let's take a close look at that. Mm-hmm. There's not very many, but in this one sitting, they just sold 2,000 of them. So I don't know. It just, to me, sounds like you're selling ice to an Eskimo. You know
it
what
really
I mean?
does. It really does. And again, that just can't stress enough that establishing that relationship with local coin dealers, people that you can trust, is so key. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, and really the people you can trust thing, that leads me into one of the other things we're going to discuss. We may use it on YouTube, which, by the way, we do have a YouTube channel. Just search Sahara Coins. But we're going to discuss the importance of your dealer having honesty, integrity, and professionalism. Now,
absolutely,
this industry is known. People have a weird stigma. They walk into the store, and at first they're real guarded because they think we're going to try to take advantage of them. Mm-hmm. We put it all out front. We put it right in front of your face. Like, here's the prices. Here's what it is. We're not hiding anything from you. But I know even here in our local market, there's a lot of folks that it's like used car salesmen. It's like above and beyond. Let's be crazy, and everybody's going to love that. Well, some people might, but it's very important to look for somebody who's going to be honest with you and treat you right. And that's something that I know we focus on pretty heavily here.
Absolutely. That down to earth sort of mentality, it's like you're actually talking to a regular person.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay, let's I'm going to ask you more questions that are based on the fact that you've been here.
For sure.
Now, let's say somebody wants to sell coins. Okay. And they're at home, they dig up all their coins, and they're like, you know what, I need to get these things ready to sell.
Right.
What are the things you want to tell them to avoid at all costs?
Well, the one thing, I mean, this is Coin collecting 101. First and foremost, never clean your coins. Can't stress that enough. There's a lot of people who dig up things, and if they're silver, they'll tarnish over time. They might look dark, dingy, and whatnot. But it's in your best interest to not do anything to them. We've had plenty of cases where people thought they were doing something good and polished the coins up or cleaned them, did whatever they thought would make them look nice and shiny, and completely destroyed the value. So,
I've watched it happen in the line. People are in line to go into the booth with these guys, and I've literally watched people pull out a tissue and just start polishing their coin, and we try to stop them. But a lot of the time, people will say, like, look, I'm trying to make it clean. I'm trying to make it shiny. And that when you do that, guys, it puts hairlines on your coins. And we see them. We're trained to look for those things. So we see the hairlines on the coin. And unfortunately, once they're hairlined, most collectors don't want them because they're not going to put them in an album with coins that look nice.
Not only that, but even if there was something that was rare, something that may have been worth certifying, is now not going to certify as it would have.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. Coin collecting can be fun. There is a lot to it. A lot of stuff you have to learn. And your eyes are going to get sore at some point when you look at a bunch of pennies.
I remember that.
Speaking of sore eyes and being tired is one of those things that'll affect your coin collecting abilities. And Jonathan, you're a new dad, right?
I sure am. Yep.
Yeah. So speaking of tired, I mean, how's your sleep going?
Well, fortunately, my wife is at home right now, so she's taking care of the feeding and whatnot. But it doesn't matter. I mean, you get woken up. There's things that need to get taken care of, changing diapers, all that other stuff. So yeah, a lot of sleepless nights right now.
Now, are you going to turn him into a coin collector?
He might be. He might be. I mean, he's definitely going to be exposed to that. I'm very fortunate in the sense that it's kind of a well-known fact that coin collecting is a relatively male-dominant hobby. There's more males in the hobby than there are females. My wife just so happens to be one of those people who can actually take interest in this hobby, in this world. So she appreciates cool coins, rare coins, things like that. So I'm in a very blessed situation with that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And really, I know with kids, like little things, like getting the year they're born, and then on their birthday, maybe a silver eagle or something.
Sure.
I know my kids, they love that stuff. So, that'll be awesome to see, how he grows up and jumps into coins with you. That's
definitely. Yeah. Bill already building a collection for him.
So. Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it.
Yep.
Okay, so any other things like that you want to share with the listeners here, Super Coin Brothers? Let them know. They're going to hear you more on other podcasts. We're going to be discussing things like varieties and dollars and VAMs, and the list goes on and on and on. There's a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Sure does. There's no shortage of that. Really, it's just we've been around for a long time. We're kind of the longest going coin dealer here in Las Vegas, and there's a reason for that. This is one of those types of industries that reputation is just about everything. Yeah. If that word gets out that you're screwing people over or you're dishonest, you have those types of practices, you don't last. And so, for us to be around for as long as we've been around and to have the reputation that we do, I mean, that speaks so much more than what's just on the surface there. So that's the other thing is that if you can't come down to Vegas and see us in person, try to find somebody, locally that you can trust, develop that relationship with. And, check out our YouTube. We definitely want to have a lot of that educational content there for you to kind of help you be the most educated coin collector.
Yeah, that's a big deal for us, is definitely educating you so that you can walk into any store and make sure that you're getting your value. Above and beyond that, if you don't have a local coin store and you need some advice, always feel free to give us a call here at 702-367-4360. Jonathan's a wealth of information. All the guys here have a bunch of knowledge, so you can call. We can help you out. Check us out on eBay. Username is Sahara Coins, of course. And you can email us at service@saharacoins.net if you have any questions. And then if you have anything specific for Jonathan, you have any questions for him, feel free to shoot us an email to the same place, and we'll answer those for you. And again, you're going to hear more from Jonathan on some more podcasts. This is just a quick intro, so you kind of know he's been around for a while. How long you been here now?
It's actually my 4th year now, so almost 4.5 years.
4.5 years. That's a long time.
Sure is.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a while. So definitely, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up anytime. We're always here to educate you, help you out, and help you to navigate through this world of coin collecting, which is a big one. I mean, I've been doing it now for 10 years, and I still learn things. I mean, things change.
We'll see things that we've never seen before, And just when you think that you've seen everything or you've heard about everything, along comes something else where you're like, I'm not entirely sure about that. Let me research that. Let me get myself educated. So it's a constant. It's kind of like a practice, kind of like a doctor. You're always going to be learning new things.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, it was good talking with you. We're going to, like I said, we'll be back for some more. And those of you listening, thank you for listening. Hit us up with anything you want us to talk about within reason. So let us know, what it is you're interested in, and maybe we can dig into it a little further, help you guys to learn. We don't even need it. We're already done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
We're done. So we did it. All right.
Cool.